This jack broke on me while I was in the middle of using it. You turn this, nothing happens. Well, the reason that is that way is because the shear pins snapped off in there because we were using an Ooga Booga. We knew that would happen, but we're not too worried about it. When you get done repairing it, you should have a little bit of a gap here. This collar should be pushed up here, and this should all be together. Normally there's a plate that will cover up the rod that spins, and we need to remove that plate. Take this screw out here, which is a Phillips screw, then that will expose your beam right here, and if it's under pressure like ours is right here, take a pair of vice grips or channel locks, turn the thread on here. Turning it counterclockwise will release the pressure and lower the jack. Not even a bad idea to actually take a grinder and grind spots in this so you can turn it with a wrench. Then I'll show you how to fix that. Pretty easy. I don't know if y'all figured it out, but I've done this quite a few times before. I think this is like the 7th time that I've done this. And I know for certain it won't be the last. Is that thing even freaking turning? Nope. Hey, genius. If you tighten up the damn vice grips, it'll freaking turn. And if it hurts your little hands to squeeze this, at the end of every vice grip is a little Allen screw, or at least most of the newer ones anyways. Now we've got that out of the car and we've collapsed it all the way down. Okay, so when this is broken, this part turns, but that part don't. But first, we should be able to wiggle this if it's broken and the shaft isn't running, and take a screwdriver and pop this off of here so we can get the center portion that's broken off inside there out of there. So in order to do that, I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver, get it in between here, and hopefully I can hammer it down a little bit and pop that sucker off of there. It should be relatively simple to get off because this is very soft metal. It's designed to shear. They're called roll pins, but they're actually shear pins as well, is another name that they're known by. Got her in there just like that. She's starting to come off. Anytime I'm doing stuff like this, I figure I can't break what's already broken, so I might as well give it a go. I did 2 things differently here. First, I threw my kid hammer back inside his toy box and I grabbed a little bit bigger hammer. Plus I'm using a punch, which is a little bit sturdier than a screwdriver. It'll pop off like that. And then you still have a broken set screw inside there like that. It's best to use the flat tipped ones because you're just going to be expanding out if it goes inside the center of the grip pin. So you bang on it until it comes out. Turn this around. Now all you got to do is make sure that the area is cleaned out. You can see through it. Open up our cotter pin case. Our cotter pin needs to be as long as this right here. Maybe a touch bit longer. Want to make sure that it fits up inside the hole, is not loose inside there. Also want to have a little bit of give to it. So now we're going to knock these out on each side if they're in there. They are relatively easy to knock out. Make sure you use the beveled end of the roll pin. You're going to start to insert it inside the hole. You're going to tap it down until it starts to go inside there. You're going to make sure that when you go to put it on, it lines up with the hole. Make sure when you go to put it on, you line it up with the hole. And without turning it, should be able to just drive it down. All right, here's the part that I messed up on. I didn't make sure that the both eyelets were matching up with one another. because my threaded portion of my rod was pushed too far in. So I kind of messed around with this for a couple of minutes, flipping it over until I realized that I needed to collapse the whole jack. And in order to do that, I needed to turn the pin counterclockwise. Well, I'm kind of dumb sometimes, so I grabbed a bigger hammer and tried driving it down in there, and it just was not going. This should have went in there easy, so I grabbed some vice grips and realized it wasn't lining up. Here's the moment I figured out something wasn't right. If we look up in there, there should be no crack in there, because when we go to put on our spacer, it's not going to fit all the way flush down. It's not going to be able to get your roll pin into the hole, because the hole is going to be out here and it's only going to be halfway up. So what we need to do is, in this situation, we need to screw this thing down or up. I'm not sure which. Now here's the issue. This collar will not allow this to move back far enough. So I need to totally unscrew it so it's not butting up against this beam over here. So once I've unscrewed it and it's not touching that beam right there, I should be able to line all of this back up. Now I've loosened my inner collar and I've turned the jack all the way down so it will line up all the eyelets. Okay, now I've got a clear eye through there. I'm inserting the rolled end of my roll pin. Now I'm going to drive in my roll pin until it protrudes out the other side. Now using a beveled roll punch, I'm going to flare out the center of my roll pins on each side. Now we prefer these roll pins to be the adequate length, but you work with what you got. You just stick that inside the hole. This is so it doesn't fall out. Kind of bend it towards the edge right there. Give it a little tap. Do the same thing over here. Put it inside there. Tap it, pull it down like that, and then it's going to make a mushroom on each side. Now we're going to pull up this collar and fix it properly. And in order to do that, we need to make sure that the holes line up. Then we slide our collar up to it. And it's supposed to fit up flush against this back bar right here. So all we got to do is wiggle it to get it up there. Then we can reinsert our 13mm screw and everything should be good to go. Now, this is what it should look like when it's correctly put back together, and every time you move this, it should move that bar, and that bar will never hit that end support because this keeps it from moving back and forth along with that. Now we're good to go till the next time we ruin it. There's a lot of things you can do to help me help you. The first one is turn down the volume at nighttime, put one of my sweet Clayway playlists on, and let them suckers play from front to back. Turn down the volume of this video if you found the spot that you were looking for, rewind it, and let it play while you're working on your ish. If you don't know and you've never watched my show, my name's Clay with the Clayway here in Grand Rapids, Muskegon, Michigan area. If this video was helpful, please consider subscribing, clicking the notifications, sharing my videos, give me them sweet old thumbs up. If you want to help the channel out, please consider super thanking, consider subscribing, clicking the notifications, and remember, if you've got a question for me, you can hit me up on Clay's AC and Auto Repair on the Facebook Messenger. I'll sure try to help you with your automotive needs. I can't help you with the old baby mama drama. I got my own, dog. I got my own. Or don't be the next to them, be the first of you, and if anyone else can do it, you can do it too. God bless and have the best of days, folks.